Lucifer Season 1 episode review video. Before I get into that, though, pretty important, if you are caught up to the point where I am, and where you're watching Lucifer, or you're just entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention as well as put in the description for you. If that happens to be the case, you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. And for all of you that are wondering, this is a first time watch for me. Now, about a year and a half ago, I started watching Lucifer. I got through about 6 to 8 episodes. And since I watched this episode and don't remember anything about it, I got through about 7 episodes maybe. So all of these will be first time watches for me, and join me on this journey. This will be Lucifer Season 1, Episode 8. The title of this episode is called You Too, Doctor? And this will be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode about an hour and a half ago. We start with Lucifer at Club Lux, checking out things. Lucifer tells Maze it's his re-birthday. Chloe and Detective Douche Dan show up, and they do shots with Maze. And then Chloe and Dan actually have to leave to go to Malcolm's welcome back party. When they get there, Malcolm tells Chloe that her and him need to talk. And this character is a character from Breaking Bad Season 5, as well as El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie. Lucifer goes to visit Dr. Martin and apologizes for his actions from last time, and she asks, "Why do you think I'd be mad?" She says Lucifer is finally getting in touch with his emotions. Dr. Martin thinks Lucifer is jealous of the time Chloe's been spending with Dan the douche. Yeah, that's definitely the case. And then the cheater therapist has been found dead. And Lucifer and Chloe are chatting with the victim's wife. Lucifer wants Chloe to speak to Dr. Martin about this case. Chloe says the judge will have to make that decision. And then, of course, Lucifer sleeps with the judge, so she picks Dr. Linda Martin due to Lucifer's convincing. He talks to Chloe about him and Dr. Martin making a breakthrough with him. Lucifer tells Chloe during the car ride he may have overstepped with Detective Douche. Dr. Martin calls Chloe and says Richard may be unstable and could hurt himself. This is a patient of the victim, and he's kind of a whack job, I guess you could say. Lucifer joins Richard on the balcony and wants Richard to explain jealousy to him. Turns out Richard wasn't going to see the victim. He was just helping Richard. He was helping Richard cope with his issues and wasn't even charging him. So Richard doesn't jump and tells them something that makes Sandy Shaw's statement not completely accurate. So Dr. Martin goes to visit Maze at Club Lux. Chloe and Lucifer also come to Club Lux, and then Chloe ends up running off home because Detective Douche apparently needs something, according to Dispatch. Turns out it was Malcolm that made Dispatch get in touch with Chloe. He just wants to talk to her at her place. He really had to break in to do that? I don't know. He's got bad guy written all over him. And then Malcolm tells Chloe he thinks it was a cop that shot him. He also tells Chloe he's not the enemy. Chloe asks Lucifer what's up with his recent obsession with Chloe's love life. Getting double teamed is usually more fun than this. So Dr. Martin and Chloe are hammering Lucifer with questions and things, and he's a little annoyed by it. And then Lucifer, Chloe, and Dr. Martin go to speak with Sandy Shaw, the wife of the victim. Sandy has bags and bags of poop in her car. She says she was going to throw it at Tiffany, as her husband was actually in love with this Tiffany person, and she was mad that he loved somebody else. Oh, great! The douchemobile! Dan couldn't get any prints off of the 999 key. Chloe tells Dr. Martin that she underestimated her. Lucifer goes to the celebration of life for Dr. Shaw's patients so they can kind of discuss Dr. Shaw amongst each other. He asks Dr. Medina what he desires, and then Dr. Medina tries to kill Lucifer, but Chloe shows up and gets bitten by Medina, and then Medina actually killed the doctor, we find out. And then Medina, of course, is arrested. Chloe tells Lucifer Coma Boy woke up, and they figure out that Palucci knew where Malcolm was when he was shot. The door is unlocked, so Lucifer and Chloe enter the paddock, and then they find Palucci there dead. So it turns out that Palucci left a note, but Dan and Chloe don't believe it. And then Dr. Martin tells Lucifer she wants to keep their relationship professional going forward. Lucifer actually figures out that Amenadiel is the one that's moved into Dr. Martin's office next door. Oh boy, Detective Douche and Chloe start kissing. Dan meets with Malcolm, and Dan knows Malcolm wrote the letter for Palucci, and then we find out that Dan, the Detective Douche, is the one that shot Malcolm, and Malcolm says he has big plans for Dan. Lucifer tells Maze about what he found out about Amenadiel with Dr. Martin, and then Lucifer knows that Maze betrayed him. He tells Maze, we're done, to end the episode. So good stuff here. I'm scoring this episode a 7.9. My character of the episode is going to be Dr. Martin for the females. And then for the males, since he was just kind of vicious and he had bad guy written all over him, I'm going to give the male character of the episode to Malcolm. Even though we know Chloe and Lucifer were the stars of the show. So you've heard what I have to say. Now, of course, it's your turn. If you're a fan of Lucifer and want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please make sure that you smash that like button, and I will wait. There you go. Good. Share the video with anybody you know. Put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comments section about what your thoughts are on this episode of Lucifer. The thing with me is, after I watch an episode, I'm like a week or two ahead, and then I kind of forget what happens. Other than the premiere. The premiere is the one that sticks with me the most, and then other episodes, bits and pieces, stick with me. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. You're watching the video anyway. Subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.